Okay, so we're going to be starting a new season of Stationeers, and we will be doing Europa as a droid. Let's see here, and we will go with Stationeers difficulty. I do not know how that. Oh, right there, robot battery rate 1.5 times. So this is going to be extra challenging because Europa and batteries do not get along. You do not have much solar power. It's frigid cold. And yeah, so the whole thing is it's not friendly to batteries. So it's really not friendly to droids. Why I am solely tempted to do brutal. I'm going to be kind to myself as well as some of the followers because I want this to kind of also be a bit of a tutorial on how we do a Europa run. This will be my last standard run. After this run, we will probably do brutal on everything. I do reserve the ability to change that. This fuel tank will help us survive the cold because we can always set up a portable generator that uses the fuel. It's still going to be hard. I'm still going to have to remember that all. And we're going to try, at least early on, not to rely on this. This is going to be our, oh crap, which probably will happen quite often. So yeah, so let's get started in here. Let me just check a few things first, and let's get started. Oh. Europa stream. And yes, we are calling this base Hoth because, yeah, Hoth is nice. That is great. Oh, and I just realized one of the disadvantages of being a droid, and I'm actually wondering if I screwed myself because where's my mining kit? Okay, I do have it. It's backpack, not okay, suit, not backpack. But it will mean I don't have a light. Okay, let's get started right away because it is frigid cold. All the batteries are being drained, as you can see right there. Chew in there, pop. Actually, we still care about that. Less about that. I did not think about the fact we would not have a light. Walls. Right. We're going to have a 3x3 for the actual place we're going to be living. And we're going to put a 1x3. Did I do 4? I did 4. But, oh well, it's okay. Iron sheets. And then let's grab the iron ball right here. And kill the jetpack. Open the tool. Grab the welder. And start welding up. To apologize for the beginning. Let me turn down the game volume because that sounds loud even in my ear. Let me know if it's too quiet for you guys. But just like starting on a hot planet, you usually have to focus on getting a safe zone up early so you don't screw yourself in the end. And yes, I accidentally keep pushing the shut off welder when I shouldn't. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to change it up. That's where I'm going to put the airlock. I originally was planning a how do I say it? Symmetric, but no. It's going to be better to have it on one side. Oop. And for now, we are going to just do it this way. That last patch will be eventually filled in to have like the arc furnace, and then the furnace, then the advanced furnace. It will have an atmosphere, which is why we're enclosing it. But I haven't thought too far ahead on it. Okay. That's all good. I do not believe we have enough frames for this, though. Or, not frames, sheets. And I just realized my lack of light is really going to cause a problem, so we should at least put one window in. Nope, and out of sheets. Which... There we go. We need to get more sheets. That might be a problem. We need sheets for the other layer. Alright. Nice and mostly sealed. Get up here, grab that. Okay. Oh, what the? I'm an idiot. Alright. I should... Oh. Where does my battery... Oh. Battery's in uniform. Gotcha. I see it. I like to save my lander, but that's a really awkward spot for it. But you know what? Traditions are traditions. Oh no, and the sun's going down. This is going to be a problem. Because we don't have a light. So we will be feeling our way through the dark. Power connections. Where's the airlock supplies? Because... hydroponics. Grow light. Oh, shnikes. This is going to be a problem. I don't know if that's on the power or not, so...
Power low.
This is not what I expected the start to be like, but, you know, you live, you learn. Boom! We got light. Not a lot of light. Doesn't even cover the lander. Auto lay. Let's see here. Do we have flare? We do have flares. I'm an idiot. Shows how often I use flares. Solid fuel generator, which would be very useful. Doors. And for now, I'm just going to do manual doors. Okay, and we're going to want our iron sheets. There. Pipes. Let's do a poor man's airlock. I mean, a poor man's cowl. Fire. We don't need that on, actually. Ah, there we go. That's the problem. Blow! There we go. Poor man's cowl. Where's the electrical systems? Because I want to get this guy installed as soon as I can. Just because I do not know needs a frame. Not that. You can go back in here. You can go there for now, and then there we go. Now we can see. It's amazing how one thing can change how you're performing, and the whole. I don't have a suit, so that means I don't have a flashlight. Changes the playstyle. All right. Alright, so that's getting fresh power. Did I have 2 APCs or just the one? I can't recall. Battery charger is nonetheless an answer to both problems. wall because, frankly, they're not currently needed. Place that. And vacuum the hell out of this place. Alright, you can go there. You are a piece of junk. You can go there because that's where I like to have you. You can go there, and you can go there. Alright, so we are vacuuming this room out because as you can see it is a negative 147 and batteries do not like that. I should keep that on me. Come on, go null temperature, then I know it's nice and safe. And I know my droid battery is getting awfully low, which is one reason I'm a little right now. Come on, come on, let's pull out the tablet. We're almost there.
Power critical.
Yes, power is very critical, and I do have the spare battery. I do wonder if putting on a suit would make my battery not affected to the cold. Does this mean I don't have a credit card? I just realized that because usually the credit chip is held in your uniform. Well, we'll find out. All right, come on. Pressure's almost gone. All right. And we can now kill that guy. And switch out the battery. And now that guy can charge. All right. So let's get some stuff set up. Portable generator. That guy back in there. Whoa. Pick up the whole box. The whole box. There we go. Wire and wire cutters. And I do not know whether this thing actually comes to desating. How much power does it output? I will wait till I'm in a not this environment to look that up. Solid fuel generator, I do know, is very different. Pull out a frame. That does need heavy cable. So we'll put it that way. Vent, sensor, console, data chip, airlock. I freaked out there because, again, normally when the light goes dead, it's because uh, you've lost power. Alright. Now, here comes the funny part. Water and oxygen. Normally, two very critical pieces you need in this game. Not so much with the droid, at least not directly. However, the way we will play, we will need both. Because why the droid does not need oxygen to live. Plants will need oxygen. Well, they all need carbon dioxide. The mushrooms will take the or the oxygen. And that will feed the combustion generator. Ah, light. Glorious light. Get this cold air out of here. Curious if putting this here, if it'll get sun. 3 watts, visibility 70%. I mean, not great, but it's doing something. Water. Close it. Alrighty. Where's that arc furnace? We're going to set it up right here for now. That's going to be dead come night anyway. Wait. And might as well just keep it. I mean, having that hot air probably won't hurt us, but in this situation, I don't want to risk it. Alrighty, so we're getting our system set up. We still need to get raw materials, but we at least have an area that's not freezing cold. So our batteries will last. In fact, since you're fully topped off, let's change you out already. This guy will have a problem. We need to address this because this guy will be exposed to the elements. I do not know whether closing this makes a difference, but we'll try to see if that makes a difference. All right, we need to get our plastic sheets. And as we said, the cold is a problem. And one of the other problems I need to figure out a better way of... Because typically you usually leave the battery thing in the airlock, but I'm going to have to move that. In fact, because we can, I'm going to move that right now. Oh, silly rabbit. Wire cutters. Oh, that's why. And again, why I'm thinking about it, because I am totally spacing out half this, because I'm trying to remember everything I need to do. And let's put you in there. Oh, no, you go in there. That's where a battery goes. Alright. And grinder is the one without the battery right now. Close these, make sure. Yep, got everything wired up right. Because that never got turned on. That's why. Alright, we're going to have to evacuate it. So let's open it up. Except that it's going to be cold. Actually, I already had it open up. I just forgot to turn that on. Alrighty. And why we are thinking about it and why it is currently vacuuming. Boom. And screwdriver. Yay, we have our auto lathe. And it is nighttime. I wasted the day. Oh. I'm debating whether I should let it finish draining out. No, we don't have time for that. Alright. Let's go here. What do we got here? Oh. Flop. We got copper. Iron. And gold. Wow. Talk about a nice starting spot. Gotta keep an eye on our battery, because we are exposed to the weather. good. I was hoping we'd find more iron. I actually think the first thing I am going to make is a suit and a helmet. So a tool printer. Or should I make the electronics printer and start making more power? More power is probably the better answer. Oops. All right. Oh yes. Why we are waiting. Portable. Portable generator. Flashpoint. Auto. No, that's not what I know. Oh, joy. It doesn't actually say how much power it produces. Well,
Power low.
let's turn that on. Yeah. Actually, I want that flare. Alright. So now let's come up here. We'll risk a bit, but we'll also put that in there just to hope. And of course, because the atmosphere is oxygen, you do get a little bit of stuff going on. Let's see here. Is that the network card right there? No. Wait, I have the network card on me. I'm blind. Alright, so it doesn't produce huge amount of power. But it does produce. Woo! And that's another thing on Hoth or Europa, whichever we want to be calling it, is you do not have as much gravity. What? Okay, what's going on here? Did we not finish connecting it? I bet you that's what it is. Tools, wire snippers. Boom, now it should be connected. Now I can get my tool, have some power back in it. Close close this down, shut that off. Power on. There we go. It is a beautiful Jupiter, don't get me wrong. We have to keep an eye on our battery. You know what? That's a decent question, Chris. Can I view it from here? I'm going to shut you off for the meantime. It's not producing much power, but it's producing some. I don't know if I'll get used to that, and again, it's one of the reasons why I'm looking forward to getting a suit and light. Though, I mean, it could just make the headlamp. That might be the better idea, is just making the headlamp. But actually, I think the suit is a better idea, because then we can see if it helps with the battery charge. Alright, let's take you out, put you in there. Okay, you're in. I hope I can save that before a storm comes through. Here comes the sun. Da 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 da. Should be finishing soon. Let's shut you off because power is at a premium. Which pretty much answers the question, what comes first, the suit or the more power? Two days without dying. Right. Electronics printer.
Power critical.
Power is critical until I change the battery. Alright, while this is printing, I'm going to go take a quick bio break. Alright, and I am back. And alright, so that is done. Let's go ahead and hit another flare for now. Welder, iron sheets, cable, and of course after I say, alright, let's hit the thing, then the sun actually comes out and helps us, but I'm not too sad. Alrighty. Oh, we're going to need more iron. Okay. And it is daytime, and we should be able to see the iron more easily. And I'm just going to let you charge. Alright. Drill. Silicon. We're going to need plenty of silicon. More gold would be beneficial too. One of the issues is you always think you know what you're going to do when you start out, and then no plan survives first contact with the enemy. This playthrough is a great example. I'm like, oh yeah, I know exactly what I'm going to do and what order I'm going to do, and right off the bat, oh crap, I don't have a suit, which means I don't have a light, which completely changed how I had to do things. That should be good. A lot of iron, and I haven't seen any coal. There's some nitrous. There's coal. And there we go. It's not 100% secured yet, but I'm not worried about it getting blown out in a storm. Alright. of these actually have the mounts? It's a kit. I think it's this guy that might have it. Locker. Container mounts. There we go.
Power low.
And if anyone doesn't know what I'm doing or why I'm doing it, I am making mounts for these crates because if I don't, they will blow away in the first storm. By mounting them like this, it won't. There we go. Their current placement is admittedly awkward because you have to use the jetpack. But, crap. But it is what it is for now. If I was playing a human, I probably would have conserved my nitrogen and made a cryotube to repair any damages. There we go. And let's come in here. Wait, I needed to make more iron. Let's come here. Iron in there. Turn it on. Note you're not on, so let's give it a little extra kick. Now you can see it doesn't completely combust well, so the little bit of volatiles that is coming off of it is volatilizing into the air. Let's shut it off now just to conserve power. Alright. We're going to get to null heat soon. Let's go wind. We can only make one more, but hey, one more is one more. We'll go process some gold and copper after this. How much power do you have? 96. Yeah, let's just jump it now. Here we go, we're at null. So yeah, now it comes the battle of power. We have that little guy up there to help give us a little bit of boost. We do have more fuel if need be. I just would rather not use it. And right now we're still just trying to get the survival part, because as a robot you have to have surplus power. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to try to achieve in this playthrough, and I think it's already a moot point because I do not think the chicken egg is viable at this point. Brain. So clearly I put that in one of the most awkward spots I could. Alright. Alright. Doubled our power. Now let's power you up. That should be enough copper, and then we'll just do 6 pieces of gold, which should be enough to get us 2 more wind turbines, which hopefully can get us a little bit more power. The thing to make after this will be the furnace, which for that I do want to make an enclosure in this room, and another airlock. No, just the furnace first. We'll deal with the nuances of it later, because right now I want to get steel to get the station battery. Which we may need to get more copper, so we will be on a hunt for materials tomorrow, because I want enough to make the, the station battery. Oh wow, we're running out of flares. But I want to make the station battery, heavy cables, so that way we can start utilizing that guy. Which this guy guy may get moved. In fact, I'm gonna just accept that defeat right now. All right. So we'll have this guy feed through a heavy cable through here to the station battery, which we will also have inside this room. copper I made. There's copper I made. That should give us 2 more. And we're going to need iron for the furnace. So I'm at 60%. That's at 34%. That's nothing. So we are really hurting for power right now on day 2. Yes, I know I need to hydrate. I'm actually still kind of hoping that there's a chance I can get the chickens, because I haven't done chickens since they were immortal. Uh, but get the chickens, hatch the chicken, and keep a chicken alive. Because since they've been immortal, I've never done that with, and I think it'd be good to do. And then I do have to keep a living thing alive on here. But as you can see, power is our problem right now. Ooh, we're actually netting more power than we're using right now. Sweet. So if 1 or 2, oh nope, now it dropped. Now we're using more than we're producing. But that's a good sign, because if 2 produced enough to run this guy,
Power low.
if 2 wind turbines produced enough to run this, 4 should be a nice number. All right. I'm gonna really getting nervous about how many flares we go through. I don't think I've ever used this many flares. But I've also never played as a droid before. Uh, what happened to my wire cutters? There they are. There they are. That had me scared for a minute.
Jetpack low.
And looks like I will have to do a jetpack fill station very, very soon. Alright, so that's obviously going to be drawing a lot more power. But, oh, I forgot to shut that off. I'm going to just pull that out right now. How much power are we doing at the moment? Not a lot. And to be fair, I couldn't tell you how much power does it cost to run the droid. Of course, the easiest way to kind of calculate that math, we'll look at the battery. 11 and 31, that kind of happened close. Well, that already shows we're actually producing more power than the droid is using. Not a lot, mind you. We aren't like producing a crap ton more. Ooh, it is now daytime. I'm going to shut that off. Oh, that's an even better solution. Take that, put you there. Shut you off. Alright. Time to go mining. We're going to need copper. And iron. I'm not going to say no to gold. I think we need something like 40 copper. Because we need the copper for the furnace, and then we need the copper for the battery. Let's get out of this hole. And at the moment, it's really not going to be cool that I can't actually refill my jetpack because I don't have a pipe bender. So I can't make a pipe utility. Good gold selection. Right now we are looking for copper. Usually it's the other way around. Usually I find a lot of copper, but no gold to be found anywhere. We do want this because this will be for power and this will be for steel. Always feel it's sad that you don't like instantly get water ice when you mine this terrain. But yeah, it is what it is. Alright. I definitely want to keep the base in sight because we will get lost without that. Is that copper there? Please tell me my eyes see copper, which it might not be. It's copper. Alright. Let's go get this stuff taken care of because I will feel much more comfortable once we get the station battery. And there's some copper right there. I feel better once we have a station battery attached to the solid fuel generator. Because, yeah, that just happened.
Jetpack low.
Yes, which is why I'm trying to jump. Move forward just ever so much. Nope. Can you move forward just a tad? Yeah, there we go. Ooh, that sounds good. That means we're getting good power. Ooh. Close to 700 watts just from the wind. Come on, copper, melt faster. Can I see? I can. $500 watts. Copper's almost done. Of course, my battery's almost done. And yes, my brain just told me I'm being silly. I can put that in there. And that will charge up.
Power critical.
Makes you wonder if it's the flare and not this that's making that ignite. Okay, so that's doing pretty good. Where's the button? There's the button. Oh, wait. I can wait till the... I can do the gold in the furnace. Save, make myself a little less of a headache. Save some power.
Jetpack low.
We also need to find volatiles and oxide for the furnace. I just remembered. Furnace, not furniture. I've made that mistake one too many times.
Cognition low.
Ooh, ooh, oh, that's how it works. That's how it works. Not furniture. Furnace. Let's get the furnace made, and then we'll worry about the power. Although, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to prioritize me. So, and actually, now that I'm not in a utter panic, Let's get some music playing. Done. Oh, autosave. That's it. Alright, I'll do it. Oh, jump.
Jetpack low.
Stubby little legs. Grinder. Oh no, crowbar. Nope, wrong way. That works for me. I'm gonna wait till morning. I can just see myself being lost. It's just enough gold. Okay. What do we got as options? I need gold for it. Darn it! Let's see here. Composite water shitter. Door. Come on, daytime. Well, you know what? Come out here and look at our supplies. watch out for that low gravity. So if you ever wonder how long the starting pack of flares will last, it appears about 4 days. Fertilized eggs. I'm going to take the battery out of there, that's for sure. There's the other power controller. I knew I had one.
Power low.
Hopefully those eggs are still fertilized. I mean, it says everything's good, but who knows? Alright, we're starting to get daytime. You know, I did see more of those things down here, so let's go. Well, I have enough time to waste on sentimentality, so. Plus, we're just waiting for the sun to be in a better spot. Apparently, dawn isn't that close. You got the fact it's behind you. And my sentimental bit of figures. There we go. Moment I light up one of my last flares, it comes out. There's silver, which will be good for things. But right now, not what we're looking for. Should be enough to get us started. Good enough.
Jetpack low.
Enough to get us started. Nickel, lead. Dang, volatiles would be fairly easy to spot with their color. There we go. Alright, let's go deal with this. Oh yeah, keep an eye out for iron. If I'm gonna make steel, I should make more than 11.
Jetpack low.
Yes, my jetpack is low. Alright. Actually, for the sake of lighting. But now we're not in direct sunlight, so we don't have to worry about. Alright. So, it's pre-started. We have 54. Which I'm just going to do easy math of 30 and 10. Probably one of the smallest batches of steel I have ever made in this game. But it's enough to get started. Steel, boom. Now we want to do, we'll do half the gold. Alright.
Power critical. Jetpack low. Jetpack low.
And if you're playing as a human, one of the fun bits is you can steal that heat out of that furnace to like get your base up to temperature. Put that there. Battery. Station. Battery. Oh shit. And why it's still hot, I'm gonna go do the rest of the gold because I just remembered something. I need gold for wire. There it is. So need to get better lighting situation. So did not think about it. And then after that, we're going to want heavy cable. That battery is going to basically go right here. Life is going to get much, much easier after I get this station battery. 5 days of panicking, and now after this panic, I will be able to relax a whole lot more with that station battery. Because that station battery basically equals much, much longer for this guy to live. Instead of sipping from a sippy cup, we'll have a pantry. Ooh. I hope I did make enough steel. Yes, I did. I need 2 steel sheets if my memory serves right. Yep. Where was it? Right there. Is it 6 fills it up? I don't remember. Turn on and boom. Okay, open it up to empty this out. Ha 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 ha. If I remember correctly, this should be okay. Yes. We have power! In fact, we will rearrange what we have up there. Haha. Yes. Yes. Do I want to pop the last flare or do I want to keep it in reserve? Alright. base now has light. Yes! Okay. It's nowhere near perfect, but yes.
Power low.
Okay. Pipe. We definitely need to make more iron now. Oh shit, I left you on. Can you make those? No. Can only be made by a tool printer. But we will make ourselves a helmet and a suit so we can have a light. Because the headlamp takes the tool. Which we do not have the iron to make after this. You know what? Tool manufacturing. That, I think, is going to be a bit more critical right now. Yes. Bing. Ding. Oh, the labeler's battery is probably going to get shot. Alright. Tools are charged. Batteries are charged. We are in a very good and happy spot. Well, we can make the headlight, but yeah. That's why I'm making. Yeah, I'm getting distracted. I've had a hard week. Okay. But it's not even day 5, and we have our battery, and we have steel, and we are looking very nice. I definitely will attest doing it as a droid is a lot harder. You're like, oh yeah, you don't have to worry about food or water or oxygen. The only thing you need to worry about is power. Yeah, the only thing you have to worry about is power. Which on Europa is one of the hardest things to get. At least in the beginning. But it's like extra hard. Ooh. That wall. Let's hope it prints on this side. Oh, thank goodness. And you can go in there. And now you can go in here. And now I have a light! Yay! Oh, that's cute. You can see it in the avatar too. Alright. What else can we make? Alright. I did not want to actually put there. Alright. Kitty cats. Alright. Yep, so a lot of the stuff I want to end up actually making requires the level 2. Alright, let's go out. Actually, let's air this out first. Let's go make more iron. Let's get the hydraulic pipe bender in. We'll put that right against this. Our emergency flare. I wonder what the pill does for the robot. Probably nothing. Alright. Oh, daytime. And you're probably nice and chilly inside. Yep. And let's start making the pipe bender so we can get into some atmospherics. Refill our jetpack. And start making atmospheres. See if we've kept those fertilized chickens alive, which I'm doubting. Oh yes. I tossed a pickaxe in the air, and where it lands, I do not care. Alright, during the day, we do not need you guys going. We love you guys, we appreciate you guys, but right now you're not needed. While I'm thinking about it, overjumped. I believe I can fly. Believe I can touch the sky. Alright. Okay, so it was only an airlock. I will want an advanced airlock. Oh, you're not needed right now. While I'm getting this set up, you guys are not set up for the automatic airlock. Wow. I do not think, no, because I need heavy cable for that. So right now these are just going to be on separate systems. I'm actually going to shut you down because you have limited power. You have a generator, an unlimited generator, a renewable. That's the word. Generator. That's a finite. For now. Once we get better supplies, we will rewire everything so that way everything coming in there is on this line. Bye. On in advance. Hopefully I remember this time. I'm definitely gonna need more wire. Screwdriver. Oh my goodness, I actually had enough wire. Oh, 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 oh. I had just enough wire. Alright, so we want pipe utility. Which just takes iron. Which is always the last thing that comes out. And I remembered. I will need you in a moment. I mean, for now.
Jetpack critical. Jetpack critical.
Because it's getting probably because it's getting cold. Yeah, it was just because it was getting cold. All right. Coming to here, pull you out. Wrench. And wire cutters. All right. Actually, just for safety concerns. Actually, you can't go in there. But this environment is already suited for it because we have this monster in there. So if that guy's allowed in there, this guy's allowed in there. All right. Actually, let's change that up. Put that guy up there. We'll go make another one synth. All right. Who's got all the copper? Go. That's really not gonna help. Alright, so let's try to keep that intact. get it above the Armstrong limit. Alright, so now we have a use for oxide. There are some this way. This should get some heat in. So that's good to think about.
Power low.
Alright. I know this stuff is cooled down. Please tell me it's got carbon dioxide. Yes! It doesn't have a lot of carbon monoxide. In fact, most of it's liquefied, that's why. But as we pull it off, it will heat back up. Well, as we pull it off, it will turn back into gas. We need it to be daytime because we need to go mining. That is not enough iron for what we need. Atmospherics. So we have enough gold. We need copper and iron. 35 steel, electrum, all that good stuff. Alright. Come on, daytime. Deep miner. We need a tier 2. We need some Invar elect. So yeah, we got a ways to go. Sadly, there's no trading kit. But unviable. They did not survive. didn't think they would. Oh, you're viable. Unviable. Alright, they say they're viable in there. Because... Now, let's look it up. Egg! Ah, it has to be warm. I'm an idiot. Hey, creative, how you doing? So, you want to hear the funniest part? The biggest challenge I face when starting as a droid? You don't start with a suit, which means you don't start with a light. So, like, for the first time, I legitimately was using flares. Like, I have one flare left. So yeah, starting out as a droid, you face challenges you didn't think you would face. Because I don't know about you, but I heavily rely on my suit light. So I got the tool printer up and I printed the headlamp. But it took till like day 5 before I did that. But I have a station battery connected to the coal generator. I just tried messing with the eggs because I'm like, oh my god, are the eggs even viable? Because, you know, I know if they get below a certain temperature, they're not. Now I'm going to rush to the Google. Huh? Oh, the goggles, yeah. Well, my plan is to go to deep miners, but we got to get there first. I admit I'm sidetracking myself because I'm actually going to try to get a chicken and keep a chicken alive. Because the last time I messed with chickens, keeping them alive was actually not a problem. It was the opposite of a problem because they were immortal and nothing could kill them. Which I half wonder if that inspired Breath of Edge in the immortal chicken, but I digress. But yeah, I'm going to actually try to keep a chicken alive. Because why I'm a droid and I don't need atmospheres or water or any of that, I figured it'd be kind of interesting if I set myself the challenges. I gotta keep a chicken alive. Alright, that should be enough for what we need. So right now I'm trying to get atmospherics up because we need to, one, warm the place up. Because it is too cold, like, the eggs are still viable, but I accidentally put 2 on the ground before I realized, oh, I need to get that above 35 degrees Celsius. If I put them down lower than that, they're going to stop being viable. But I gotta hurry because they're like 50% damaged. But I also gotta make sure to get the hydroponics up and running for them, which presents a challenge because this is where all my CO2 is currently, because I don't produce CO2. So how am I going to keep plants alive? Because I don't believe I started with mushrooms. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot.
Power low.
Yes, the low gravity makes things interesting. So I hope your stream went well. Especially with you being here already, because normally you stream as longer than I do. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, let's see here. What does copper? Yeah, in fact, I'm going to be honest. You kind of messed me up yesterday because I had the same thought of, oh, I'll keep you on your stream going, and when you go to bed, that will be my cue that I need to go to bed. And you did not go to bed before me. Because typically we usually stop around the same time. So I'm like, oh, this works out. That way I can just focus on my game and I don't have to watch the clock because you're my clock. And then 2 a.m. rolls around and you're still going. And I'm like, oh, I better get to bed. So hopefully by having this guy in here, it will heat up the base for one. It'll heat up the base for one, and hopefully put CO2 into the air. Atmospherics. I need more copper. It's still daytime. I'm going to go get that now. It is a pain in the ass to see at night. Heck, it's even a pain in the ass sometimes to see during the day. Alright, that should be enough for now. Oh, that's where I put the landing pod landed there, and I captured it because I like keeping the landing pod. I did not put a roof on it, and we'll see if that makes a difference when the storm rolls in. Well, we got a good CO2, but we also got pollutant, which we'll have to filter off. That will be the first thing the atmospheric kit does, is deal with the pollutant. Put it over here. So you move over here. You also go in that corner. You can go in this slot here. Alright, let's make that atmospherics kit. The only thing I have yet to automate on the melting planet is the titanium alloy, which is the only recipe required more than one input for the smelters. I really need to reposition those lights. It was like where I could fit them in when I could. That the unfiltered. I want the filtered facing backwards. So cable beating up the fuel. Although that is fuel, so I should probably like move that so it doesn't happen. Thud, thud. Alright. Easiest way to wire this guy up.
Power critical.
Oh, I see power critical. And in this case, power critical is a big deal. It's like oxygen being critical. And just in case you wondered, when your battery runs out, it's like running out of oxygen. It starts to you start to lose consciousness. Alright, that's slowly bringing that down. It surprisingly didn't add that much heat. Let's quickly make a wall heater. It's going to use a crap ton of power, but we need to get this place warm, not just for the chickens, but also for the plants. I just hope this space is small enough that it'll be easily done. And we want the wheat. We want that. Alright. No. I know exactly what did it. Alright, it's gonna get cold, but luckily nothing in there. It just... that killed it, and now we're fighting even harder than we were. Don't run that when we leave the base. Got it. Alright, where's the grow light? Oh, there's grow light already placed where we wanted it to go. It's not powered at all, but it is where we wanted it to be. There we go. How bad are you guys? Ooh, 63% damage. Only 37% more to go. No, no. that off so we don't have the same mistake we had last time. Put some coal in the generator. Too far for my comfort. I'm heading back and waiting for daytime. Now I can turn you back on. I can swap that battery. So it looks like we're handling the pollutant fairly easily. Wait. Don't run the heater when you're out of the base. That is how you undo progress and mess up. Welder to generate a lot of heat. Yeah, it generates pollution, but we're also already dealing with the pollution issue, and if I'm not mistaken, the welder also produces CO2, which is one of the things we want. "7 days without dying." We're at 14 degrees. It's still nighttime, because we need to get enough copper to run cables to the grow light. I have to say, adding the chicken is quite a bit of a challenge. Especially since, I just remembered, we're also going to have to keep it below 45. So, it looks like the first stream challenge is to get a chicken to hatch. now because we're at 29. Our pollution is below 1%, which is good, and it rapidly drops thanks to the filter system. At some point, we need to convert that to being an air conditioner, just so that way we keep it at that nice optimal temperature. Sad part is we're going to need to increase the pressure for plants, which means we're going to lower the temperature, which means more welding. Well, we are below the requirement for the plants at least. Which actually I should focus on. Especially since it's now daytime and I can go mining. Cannot reorder. Oh, so I need the grinder because I. That was a interesting choice, using the welder to unweld. I would have gone with the grinder personally, but alright. We're on the quest for copper, which last I saw was this direction. In fact, that's the copper hole, if I'm not mistaken. But I could have also tapped it dry. Nope. Yeah, sensor lenses would be amazing right now. Alright, I think that's good enough. Oh shit, I left this going, but that's okay, because we are now at temperature. Safe air. Let's see if we can get this egg to hatch.
Power low.
It is viable. Aha! 67% damage. We have 3 more in case I mess this up by doing what I'm about to do. Actually, let's keep the temperature going up. We want it around 40. Because at this point, if it drops any amount, we're in trouble. thing I don't know is how quickly do you have to feed the chicken? Because if you have to feed it right away and you can't feed if they don't eat cereal bars, that might be a bit of a problem. Hey, chick! Yay, we have a chick. And of course, the chatbot is not doing his job. Alright. That's right. Eggs. Eggshells. Because that actually, if I remember correctly, does yield some. Medical analyzer does not work on the chicken. Oh sh. I need a little bit more gold and a little bit more copper. It is still daytime, so let's go do that. And of course, I say that right as it gets dark. Luckily, copper, there was a bit left. Correctly, there was gold in the same direction right there. Let's not get overly greedy in the dark. Chirp, chirp. did rise, but not enough to be concerned. And you know what? Let's just double our odds. It is definitely not happy with the temperature. Once this egg is hatched, and we have 2, we'll work on cooling the base. Pipe valve. More copper than we got. Now that I'm thinking about it, what do I do with this stream? We're doing this with chickens. Could it be daytime yet? Come on. Yeah, how's our atmosphere doing? Okay, it's still getting rid of the pollutant. And our base is cooling down thanks to probably this pipe over here. Right now we're at 42.9, and we need to remember that because we might still be going up, and it just happened to be a decimal rounding. So, but once this guy's hatched, we want to drop the temperature anyway. Because these guys are not happy. Oh, this is probably what's keep dropping the temperature, actually. Yep, we are dropping in temperature. How long does it take an egg to hatch? Does not say. Let's shut you off. Wait for the egg to hatch, and then we'll look at trying to drop the temperature. We might even do a little sneaky bit where we sneak a little bit of cold air in through the airlock. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to keep an eye on this guy because right now we are just manually controlling the light. So That guy needs to hatch. It needs to be daytime. We need to remember to shut this off because they do need nighttime. But luckily, it took a while for me to turn it on. So since it took a moment for me to turn it on, it probably already got its 5 minutes of darkness for the day. How am I supposed to, like, if I wanted you over there, how am I going to deal with that? That is a decent question. Hello, Mr. Chicken. Active fence. Okay, that's one way to do it. Oh, I can push him. Hydration is needed. Hydrating. Hatch already.
Power low.
Alright. Okay. My first. Oh, interesting. Apparently, certain people are saying their chicken only lasted like a day or two, so we'll see. Hatch! Are you getting dark deficient yet? Well, one of the things we will be doing is, just like on the moon base, we will be going underground and building a base under the ground. So, at a certain point, this whole day, night, oh my goodness, what am I going to do in the meantime, is going to go away. Right now, the big issue is I'm trying to keep plants and chickens alive without having any automation at the moment. Normally, I rush the infrastructure, and by the time I get around to remembering that chickens exist, the eggs have already turned to mush. And as it stands, look, we are 28% away from it turning into mush. So yes, I'm a little paranoid because I usually forget about the chickens, and countless chickens have never happened. And yeah, I'm very curious to see how chickens go this time. But of course, me being me, I am deciding to do chickens on Europa. Why playing a droid? And it's like, yeah. I just had to put it in hard mode, didn't I? Oh, and I'm playing on Stationeers difficulty. So yeah, at least I didn't do brutal start. But then again, you don't start with a brutal start, if I'm not mistaken. Although that does make me wonder hard. So currently, we're at 1.86 moles of carbon dioxide. Is the chicken using more carbon dioxide than the plants, or are the plants using more carbon dioxide than the chicken produces? Well, that we'll have to wait to find out. Hopefully, nothing horribly happens while I'm away. Let's not say no to iron while we're thinking about it. And quite honestly, I probably should start thinking about the whole getting the resources to make the alloys to make the mods. I believe I need 32 of each of the alloys. Yeah, 8 each. Steel's not counted, of course. Electrum I'll do a bit more. Actually, I need oxide. I used all mine on the base. At least 16 gold. There. Now we just need to find copper. And lead.
Power critical.
Yeah, let's head back to base for the power. Sure, I could swap batteries with tools, but that's not a lot of power. Especially since we're running Stationeers, so the droid is using up 50% more power than he normally does. I imagine lead should be easy to spot on Europa, but I could be wrong. There's some uranium. A lot of gold. Ooh, I think I saw cobalt. That's good for now. This is cobalt over here, but at the same time, cobalt doesn't help me at this moment. It'll be useful in the future. It's nickel, which we got. Gold and volatiles. Oxide. Cobalt. There's some more copper, which I'm not going to say no to. If only I could find some lead. Now I'm finding all copper. Oh, battery died on the light. That's what's going on. Time to head home because it's getting dark. I don't have a light, and the sun is going down. Like, okay, I have eyes on the base. So if the sun goes down, I'm okay. And oh, thank God I did it when I did, because it got dark fast. Oh, there's the other chicken. Just for the sake of it. And who is creaking? I think I know who's creaking. Alright. There's one chicken. Where's the other chicken? Did the other chicken die? Are they occupying the same space-time? I think the other chicken died of starvation, to be honest. Yep. Come into here, grab, and actually go. Pop already! There we go. Woo! Might as well just put the other two down. No, just on the off chance. I feel bad. Those guys aren't wired up to that guy. Now they're growing monitoring thing well. I'm kind of curious. And of course, they're not in here, they're in that. No, that's a solid point. The other one might still be a chicken hidden somewhere. Doubtful. I know what I can do to cheat. By the time I'm done with this, the storm is going to be over. But Or there's that. I don't understand. I don't know what's going wrong there. Unless it dumped so much power that even a heavy cable wasn't enough. Alright, this all got balanced. Right. That's what's going on. Fluted. Very low. Alright. Copper. What's this? Not coal. Splits the stack. Listen to that storm! Okay, the chicken is hungry. Unfortunately, the food is growing, and that is probably what happened to the first chicken. Although, both chickens have been hatched. Talk about this concept. That should mix the air. And boom, we're not overheated. In fact, if anything, we're slightly cold. We got something to increase the heat. But there we go. They're now growing close to 100%. We still have to manually turn this on and off. This guy hopefully will not die of hunger, but I have a feeling he will. Oh, storm is over. that running when you leave the base. Even if it's for a second, you'll get distracted, you'll get shiny object, and next thing you know, the battery is dead because of that power draw. Alright. Nope, will not let me feed the chicken the bar. Now this, that might be another story. Now it's thriving. I have to say, trying to keep the chickens alive is something I am not used to.
Power low.
You know what? My brain just came up with a decent idea. I need to make a station battery that is solely dedicated to keeping me alive. It'll probably be one in the future where instead of having it where, like, currently that's how this one's set up, where I have it for emergency base use. But yeah, no, I should have it where it keeps me alive. Alrighty, you're thriving. You're at 41. Let's go look for that nickel. Oh, I mean, no, not nickel, lead. If you see it, say something. There's some iron, silicone. There's my lead. Cannot merge with hydroponics tray. I have no idea where the cannot merge with hydroponics tray comes up. Alright, so that's 9 lead, but we need twice as much. Hopefully that wasn't a one-off, although that's what it's looking like. Nope, there we go, there's more lead. Alright. Probably going to really regret not getting more lead, but... solder is lead and iron. Equal portions. And what was the temperature? 55 Kelvin. Where is that nitrous? It's up here, right? Yeah, right there. Now help lower the temperature. Not as much as you would think. We're getting more cooling just from it being there. Let's go check on the chicken. Chicken might already be dead, but let's see. Nope, still alive. 68. Ooh, looks like I can feed him the pill. No illumination. 99 growth. Let's shut you off just because I suspect you will be coming up on that. Two chickens. Almost there. We got 10 more degrees to go, and then we can get our solder. What do we need for electrum? It is a pressure constraint, which will be a problem because right now we are over that. And Constantine is a pressure and temperature, so we will go for this one next. Oh, and there we go. Go get it. Oh. Alright, that was copper and nickel. Keep 3 copper. Oh, wait. We want to half that copper because we want to half the nickel. Alright. Whoops. Get it before it goes away. Alright, and before I forget, because it will be forgotten. Let's just turn it on. Trying to keep this chicken alive until the first harvest. Which, I'm kind of curious. But it's too cold. I already cooled it down, so we can't do that yet. Damn, 86. Shut you off. So, and now, mind you, I didn't think about this till partway through, which I'm happy I thought about it because I always forget about the chickens. I should have treated this and rushed to get the plants growing and kept the chickens not alive or in egg form. Which I still have that one egg. So these both die before this gets to 95% damage. I'll just heat the base back up and go from there. Oh, volatiles are done, so we can actually shut that off. And you're probably going to hit 95 soon. I do wonder if feeding the pill also resets the hunger. Nope, and it did not help the chicken. Alright. We will miss you, chicken. We tried. We really did. My deepest condolences. One last attempt. There. Have it. Eat it. Eat it. It's right there. It's the food you need. Eat it. And the chicken is no more. Alright. Well, he's not hungry yet. Yet. Okay. So we need to get you hot and pressured. I'm not going to do it all in one go, because my luck, I overshoot. Oh, we got the temperature. Now we just need to get the pressure. Actually, why am I thinking about that? Iron and nickel, very tight pressure range though. And a decently tight heat range. You have if I can quickly do this one. So iron and nickel bright. Iron, nickel. Oh, pressure. The pressure! No!
Power critical.
Grinder. Now, here comes the question. What's going to hit first, the pressure or the temperature? Looks like it's going to be the pressure. Ah, ha, ha. Oh, that feels so good. Now we have Invar, and that should be enough for a deep miner and a arc welder.
Cognition low.
Oh shit, oh shit. Oh. I got a little distracted there. Just a little distracted. Okay. No light deficiency, or no dark deficiency, which is what we are mostly worried about. Okay, and you can go back into here. Actually, I need to release all this because I need a vent. Alright, let's make it a cow. This cow does not need any supporting structure. It just needs a pipe. Well, that means, yeah, that needs to be there. Alright, shut that off. Grab that. Ooh. Alright, this is gonna be interesting. Vent that gas. Mind you, you're still hot, which actually I should take advantage of. Because if I time it right, it will be hot enough and we just need to get the pressure down. And the pressure is dropping. That's all melted. we go. We got the alloys we needed on Europa in the direct outside uncontrolled environments. I did not have to use a special heat room or anything like that. I am going to have to make more steel. That means I need to go out to get more iron. Check on the chicken. Chicken is okay for now. Let's check the plants. No heat or no darkness problem. Yep, just need steel. Okay. I can't think of any good names for a chicken. Alright. But then again, I'm just bad with coming up with names in general. It doesn't even have to be for a chicken. If I remember correctly, there's some coal over here. I want to get 3 stacks of iron and a stack of coal. Probably a little more than a stack of coal, so I can recharge my station battery. And that way I can make 200 steel. There's 2 stacks of iron. I'll be happy when we get sensor lenses. I'll be happier when the deep miner's up. Now I just need to find 32 more iron. That's nickel. That's copper. We always need more copper.
Power low.
on. I just need 9 more iron. And then we can go back to base. There we go. Alright. There we go. Looks like we're getting back to base just in time for sunset. Alright. Oh, you're getting hungry. Driving towards... Really hope this guy gets there. Alright. Where you at? Aha! Ha 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 ha! I fed a chicken. That should be an achievement. Feeding chickens. Alright. We'll let you continue to grow. Because I should be able to get you to still seed. Thriving towards seeding. You should not be far behind. Oh, I can't believe that feels better than it should. Better light there. You are at 88%. Now, I wonder if they have a similar thing to humans. How's it going? Well, after 2 chickens, yes, 2 chickens passed away because I couldn't get food fast enough. But chicken number 3, I was able to feed him. He is recovering from the poor abuse. But we got our wheat going. I already planted the next batch, waiting for this guy to seed. I have one in hand just in case he does get hungry again. So yay, the chicken's alive. I can't believe how that should have been an achievement, because that was not easy to do. We got our printer mod for our electronics printer. We have the materials to make more than that, so we're already making our auto lathe. After the auto lathe, I want to attempt to print a deep miner. And after I print but not construct the deep miner, I want to start improving the wind farm. Because we have this battery, which I need to feed some coal. Okay, yeah, everything's good. The heater's not on. Definitely adding the chickens completely changed how I was going to do this playthrough, and I think it was for the best. I feel it's a good stream. I mean, I definitely feel accomplished with what I've done, so yeah. The chicken's alive. The food is growing. The question is, can I get more chickens? Can I, I don't know if chickens have a lifespan in this game, because the forums talked about people had chickens die on them, and I don't know if, you just need one chicken and it will produce eggs and you're good, or whether you have to cycle them like you do certain crops. But we got a chicken alive. It's hatched. It's fed. It's not dying. Oh. Quick question. Because I got distracted and the number of chickens that died. CO2 is at 1.6. We need to make sure that the chicken produces. I don't know how much CO2 the chicken produces. Is it enough to keep up with the plants? Or am I going to have to augment it? But yeah, this has definitely been an educational stream for me, if nothing else. Because I've never really done the robot before, let alone in a hostile work environment. And I have to say, Robot on Europa is definitely interesting. I'm short 3 Constantine. Oh well, let's see, what was Constantine? I mean, if I remember correctly, yeah, it's not easy, but it's not hard. I need more nickel. And I know where some nickel is. That will wait till daytime. And looking at the clock, that will probably have to wait till the next stream. So yay! We got our wheat growing. It's got water. We got plenty of, yeah, here it is, water. Not worried about water anytime soon, and we know how to solve the water issue. We do need to get this automated, but I already know how to write the code for that. I just need to get the computer and chip and all that going. Well, the fun part is I could keep going because normally I would be cutting it short because I would have work the next day, but I don't have work tomorrow, which is really, really nice to say. I'm still getting used to being able to say I don't have work tomorrow. But no, I should be wrapping up anyway. But we got the wheat going. We got the chicken going. I was already hungry again. But I'm going to ration you. You're going to hate it the same way my cats do. You're going to be on a feeding schedule just because you're a little hungry. 1%'s a little hungry. We're not going to feed you till you get to about 25%. How's this egg looking? 88%. Because that egg's probably not gonna make it. So we're counting on you, buddy. These two aren't gonna make it either. Because I don't think I can get an automatic. I don't think I can get the automated oven up and running before these guys go bad. I could be wrong. We'll find out next week. But we got our chicken. Who apparently can steal the food out of your inventory because it looks like he ate the food out of my backpack. Good to know. So food we'll have to move all this next week because we're gonna have to keep the food and the chicken separated because otherwise he's just gonna eat everything. So yeah. Make a better greenhouse. Make a chicken coop so the chicken will be isolated. While we're thinking about it, we will have to deal with the CO2 issue because we just lost 9th percent, which is kind of a big deal since we don't have that much CO2 right now. And we really don't have a way to source more. Like, we have the furnace, but getting it out of the furnace and into here with that low of it went down even more. So we'll look into getting traders and getting mushrooms. The other option is once this guy seeds, we just pluck these guys out because right now we got 4 plants to 1 chicken. If it gets low enough, we just rip up all the plants and let the chicken breathe. Could even make it into a nice exercise, calculate how much CO2 the chicken produces. But yeah, finish getting the material for the deep miner. Get more wind turbines up and running so that way we are enough net positive power to not only run the deep miner and keep us alive, but also the centrifuge is needed to do that. And after that, then we start actually building the real base. Because I want to have a central unit that is a good enough to keep you alive base. And then we're actually going to build the real base. Because last time, keeping the starter base functional saved our butts when the main base went boom. So I'm probably going to keep that a habit of you build a decent starter base that is functional and does what you need to keep you alive, but isn't all that impressive. Like this is a little cramped area, not impressive. But then we go down into the ground and build the base that we want with the advanced trading platforms and stuff like that. So until next week, I hope you all enjoyed this stream. We, at least I, learned a lot about chickens. Like, they can take things out of your backpack. You totally messed up my mind. We still need to figure out a name for this guy. And speaking of names, can you rename a chicken? Yes, I purposely put the misspell. But yeah, we got our chicken. We need to take this out, and we need to make a proper. Actually, question. I don't know off the top of my head.
Power critical.
That takes 15 and 8. Power critical means something completely different than robot. So we do not have enough electrum, but we do have enough solder. Electrum's the easy one. So yeah, we can get an advanced furnace going after the deep miner, and that will make resources so much easier because how do I say this? You don't have a lot of light on Europa. Jupiter blocks a lot of the day, and it's very hard to see things at night. What is wheat growth cycle? 45 minutes and 1 second at optimal. And ironically, I've been shutting it off at daytime because that is when, see, dark deficient. I'm glad I shut it off. I don't know if it's getting light from. It probably is. But they're dark deficient, so we gotta let them rest. And I need to rest. So we'll see you next time, where we will continue trying to keep chickens alive on Europa, which is proving to be a decently hard challenge because chickens aren't very smart. And you can't give them the medical pill. You may think, it may act like you can give them the pill, but it doesn't. So, see you next time.